Hi guys, good morning. My name is Tessa. I'm a Christian counselor, and today I want to share a portion of my story. So, I grew up here in the Philippines, and growing up, we're part of the lower class in our nation, and I was really not going to church. I was in church for years. I don't really know anything about Jesus or the cross or Bible until I was around 26, and that will reveal my age. 20 until I was around 26 or 27, and I remember waking up one time 6 a.m. in the morning. I opened up Joyce Meyer Ministries program, and you know what? When you grew up in a chaotic environment and you tasted God's peace, that's what I felt when I saw Joyce Meyer's program on TV. I felt this deep peace, a very something I cannot describe, but it's very enticing. That's very that feels so good. So from that point on, I was obsessed with the presence in her. I want to be like her. So every morning I open up the TV and watch her preach. And then afterwards, I ask my friend, the only friend I have, the only Christian friend I have there, and she told me to go to a church, gave me instructions, and I followed her. And then I went to a church and got baptized. And I was really happy. I got planted in church and everything's going smooth. But the turning point was when I had my first and last relationship. A few years after that, it was good, but it ended up very painfully. So that really devastated me. That was the first time I think I understood pain and suffering. I understood the gospel literally, because I went through that pain. And that was also the first time I encountered the inner healing ministry. So it's kind of awkward to share emotional stuff in church, especially if they also knew the person. So I'm really grateful that there's a group that helped me open up. They gave me a space to be angry, to be frustrated, to be hurt. That was the first time I realized that it's okay to feel feelings. I thought you just have to bottle up everything, when you feel something, you just don't talk about it. You bottle up everything inside because it's uncomfortable, right? So as I went through my own healing in that place, I also saw other people, bleeding um, and hurting, and I was really stunned or amazed by the depths of brokenness that the church is suffering from, and no one's talking about it. No one's talking about what happens after church. Everyone is happy on a Sunday, but afterwards, on when they're alone, they're all there. A lot of them are suffering. Things are happening, but no one's talking about it. So I was really encouraged to be a part of that ministry. This is something that I think there's very few helpers in this field. So my heart just said yes to that invitation. So I did volunteered in that ministry. I was really enjoying it. I love seeing people. I want to make people feel seen and heard and valued in that place. I love that ministry. And a few years after serving that organization, I resigned from work because I really want to dedicate my life in this work of the Lord. And then I started to have this desire to study the clinical side of it. So I did study um, Christian counseling. I took a graduate study on Christian counseling, and I did it by faith. by God's grace, I was able to finish by 2022. And from that point on, I integrated what I learned from inner healing, the prayer ministry, the prophetic part of healing, and the clinical part. And I am very stunned. I'm very in awe of how the Lord works if you combine science and the prophetic. And I've seen a lot of transformation. I've seen how people um, feel better because somebody listened to them, because somebody understood them and not judged them while they're sharing their weaknesses. And these are just very fulfilling parts of being a healer. I've seen people gain back their confidence. I've seen people understood and unloaded the stuck emotions in their hearts. And I've also seen people, uh, being healed from their inner child issues. There's a lot of stories that I can share about this, but all these stories are very unique and very deep and very touching. And that's something I hope to share to people. I think this is my participation in building the body of Christ. It's healing. I feel like me and together with the healers are God's Isaiah 61 arm of this generation. We are tasked to set people free from the prisons of the mind, from the prisons that the trauma has been tormenting them with. And freedom is really here. You just have to appropriate it. You just have to have few skills and willingness, and you can enjoy the freedom that the Lord has purchased for us in the cross. So there, I hope I've shared some of my story to you, and I'm gonna put some link somewhere in this post if you're interested to walk with me in this. I'll be also offering courses, free courses for you guys, since counseling is very expensive. I'll try to put up some course up here in my page. Let me know if you have any topics that you want to talk about, and I'll try to create a free course on that. Yeah, I hope to journey with you and usher you in the freedom that God has already purchased. And I'm excited to see you heal and mature, and become who you are really meant to be, apart from all those trauma and pain that the world has given you. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye now.